Welcome to The Common Fan, your go-to podcast for SEC smack talk, top 25 game day predictions, and fan-first football takes in college or the NFL. Here is your host, Bryce Tillman. So grab a drink, pull up a chair, and let's talk ball.
In college football, you have winners and you have losers. And if you're not a winner, Kyle, do it, that means you're a loser. Cameron Williams, if you don't win and you don't do your job, you get fired. And this past weekend, we've seen that happen again. Thank y'all so much for joining us another episode of The Common Fan. I'm your host, Bryce Tillman. Joining me as always, Kyle Dewitt, Cameron Williams. Hugh Freeze has been fired from the Auburn Tigers.
And it's about time.
Yeah, it took long enough.
Yeah, miserable performance against Kentucky, falling short to a 10-3 at Jordan-Hare. Loss to a team in Kentucky that hasn't won a conference game in 2 years. Unacceptable was the final straw. We're going to dive in that today. We're also going to talk about how dominant Ohio State is. Georgia coming up with another close victory over Florida. Ole Miss is hot. They're rolling. Watch out for them in the postseason. Texas finding a way to win against Vanderbilt, survive that late comeback, and we're going to dive in with Miami falling down and a ton of more games, guys. So a lot of unpack here over the weekend. A lot of great games. Some misfortunes happened. Some teams prevailed. Some teams sit at the house and didn't do nothing, like Alabama. Mississippi State wins.
They won their
football game. Let's go, man. Let's go. Before we get started, I want to say that this episode of The Common Fan is brought to you by Sharp42.ag, by my boy Joe Allen. Right now, Kyle, Cameron, if you sign up for Sharp42.ag, you get $50 in free play. We love free play.
Free play.
Give me free money to lose to the first game of the Friday nights. That's usually how it rolls for me. I love it. Lose your free play. Win it, whatever. You may be better at this stuff than I am. But also, if you deposit, whatever you deposit, you get 50% back on free play the following week. So tons of action there. If you want to get started, comment below, hit one of us up, or go to Joe Allen directly at sharp42.ag. Bet smarter with the best. So, guys, I think it's fitting for us to start this show out talking about Ohio State dominating over Penn State, 38-14, into what seemed to be a close game at first, ended up not being a very close game in the third quarter. Julian Sayin, what an athlete.
He's unreal.
I mean,
he's unreal.
What an athlete. It almost seems like that Julian Sayin could just sit there and just toss it up to Jeremiah Smith or Tate, and the ball just falls. Yeah, it just falls right in their hands.
I thought it was really funny what Saban said on College Game Day. He said, you know, we had Julian Sayin when he was at Alabama, and some dummy, and he used other terms, some dummy used him on the scout team the whole time.
Yeah.
So there you go.
He didn't realize that the scout team quarterback was throwing 84% against the number one defense. So,
yeah,
dude, you remember what I said about this Ohio State game, Bryce?
That it was going to be a beatdown?
No, I said that it would be a beatdown if Jeremiah Smith had his blowout game. And what did he do? 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a big game.
You know, Ohio State usually has one of those sleeper games in them every year, and I really thought this was going to be the one, but boy, was I wrong, and I will eat the crow because they made a statement against Penn State.
What about Carnell Tate? 124 yards, 1 touchdown. Both of their longest receptions was 57 yards. I mean,
that's crazy.
Carnell Tate 5 receptions for 124. Jeremiah Smith 6 receptions for 123. I mean, come on.
Average yardage per play, 24.8 yards.
Hey, they have a running back named Bo Jackson, and he's averaging 8.1 yards a carry.
Hey, it's meant to be, son. That's a dream team this year.
But I don't want to take anything away from I don't want to take anything away from Ohio State's defense because I think they're really, really good. You know, I'm not going to say they're elite or one of the best in the country, but to the surface they are right now considering who they've played. But Julian Sayin going 20 for 23 for 316 yards, 99.1 QBR, 4 tutties, 0 interceptions. I mean, come on, kid. Let's get it, son.
Yeah, it was solid. A solid performance there.
He's a beast. He is a beast. I hate that we lost him, but man,
I want to go back to that real quick too.
I was going to hit on that.
I want to go back to that too because that was a little bit of Mike pillowing for College Game Day because that's just factually not true what Saban said. Saban come there in December early to help practice with the team to prep for the bowl game. Like he wasn't actually on the team yet. He wasn't part of that roster, and he made it through the offseason transfer. So he was practicing. He wasn't part of the depth chart. He wasn't technically a player on the roster yet. So I get what Saban was saying, but to an extent, that just factually wasn't correct there.
I think he was more along the lines of saying that Julian Sayin is a beast and he wished he could have used him.
Yeah, I agree. I just wanted to clarify that.
Making a joke at the same time.
But with that being said, Kyle, you just brought up a good question. So you said, man, you would sure love to use him, and you know what's coming. Right now, if you had the choice, Simpson.
So here's my reasoning for that. His confidence and his offense going against what he's went through these last 7 weeks and the dog that he has had to overcome, especially in the South Carolina game, especially in the Tennessee game, in the games that he had to have that dog mentality, the confidence, and make the tight throws. I mean, don't get me wrong. Julian Sayin's phenomenal. He's throwing over 80% in college football is crazy. But like we talked about, Simpson has 4 receivers with multiple touchdowns, 3 receivers with over 250 yards receiving with multiple touchdowns. Like he's spreading the field. Now, do you put Julian Sayin in those situations? Does he do as good? I don't think I can say no. You know what I mean? I think he could do the same, but I've seen Ty Simpson do it. We've seen Julian Sayin have 2 elite receivers playing good talent, but not as good a talent. So, I'm not discrediting Julian Sayin at all. I think he's definitely a freak of nature at quarterback, throwing over 80%. I've just personally seen Ty Simpson run the Alabama offense like he has. I don't know. That's a tough question.
The SEC competition is much more pronounced than the Big Ten competition. So,
and I think it's more of depth of the SEC versus like you got Ohio State and you got Indiana and Oregon, but in SEC it's Bama, Auburn's.
The SEC is so deep that I'll be honest with you, any team can win any weekend, and we'll throw this 12-team playoff SEC championship and throw it all in a ball and throw it against the wall, see what sticks. But I don't know, man. I think the SEC is so deep that right now the top 8 to 10 wouldn't be a surprise to me to see them win.
Our worst team in the conference hasn't let anybody score over 24 points.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's Georgia.
So I like the topic here of compare Ty Simpson or Julian Sayin because I think you can make an argument for both cases here with both of the QBs. Yeah. My only pushback would be that Julian Sayin is, I would say that Julian Sayin's ceiling's probably higher than Ty Simpson's, considering where they're at in their career right now. Age, right. That's what I'm saying. But sitting here thinking about it after Cameron asked that question, man, I don't think it's a crazy take at all to say that I would probably pick Ty Simpson over Julian Sayin.
But it's a very, very close.
It's very close. Very close.
Yeah, like
I don't think I don't think you hurt to have either quarterback.
No, not at all.
It's the same scenario with right now having Keelan Russell. Like, his ceiling is crazy high. So it's like you kind of play that game of, do I play a true freshman so that I keep him, or do I play this veteran guy that I really think can do it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Personally, if I'm building a team and Ty Simpson's not performing quite the way I would want him to, then yes, I would want a Julian Sayin type guy that's got a massive ceiling.
I tell you who else has got. I mean, I think that he's, probably not the best, flashiest quarterback in college football, but Gunnar Stockton, man. I mean, he finds ways to win football games. Like, I got to give that to Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They find ways to win.
If he could figure out touch.
Yeah.
If he could figure out touch, because he throws that ball 100 miles an hour every single throw. How many drop passes did we see Saturday that should have been catches that were over top of a linebacker running across the middle, but it was 100 miles an hour?
Yeah.
He's got to learn touch.
I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Gunnar Stockton is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Like you said, he doesn't have that flashiness. So it flies under the radar. So when you see him, you're like, oh man, he's making good plays. But like, you don't think ahead to next week and say, oh yeah, Gunnar Stockton's going to hang 400 on these guys, because it's just not his style of play.
I do look at Gunnar Stockton and say, this is the quarterback that can go win a football game for you.
Yeah, he's hard nosed.
100%.
He's a guy. When I look at Gunnar Stockton and and a history of watching Georgia growing up and what it means to be a Georgia Bulldog, like Gunnar Stockton fits that definition. Like, he is a true Georgia guy through and through. I mean, 20 for 29, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns, did slip up on an interception. I mean, it's not terrible stats, man. But DJ Lagway, and this isn't a Georgia front that really gets to a quarterback. This is not typically what they're known to do. And DJ Lagway just ain't got it, y'all. The dude just ain't got it, man. And maybe he needs to get out of Gainesville. Maybe he needs to hit the transfer portal and go somewhere else. And he might spark new life like Haynes King did when he left Texas A&M and went to Georgia Tech. Maybe that's what Lagway needs. But, Georgia wins 24-20. They showed up and played the last 5 minutes of that ball game. That was not a catch, by the way. That was not a catch. Not a catch.
Close, but no. It was close, but no. So DJ Lagway's problem is he's 2 steps behind the receiver, right? The anticipation is not there. We're not throwing a seam route 25 yards down the field on a line. We're throwing it 17 to 20 yards down the field where the safety doesn't have a chance to get to. I mean, he's 2 steps behind the receiver at all time, and it's just a lazy backdrop. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't know if he fits that scheme very well. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I see him as the kind of the Gunnar Stockton style, like run heavy, DJ Lagway. He's freaking.
But
I see him being like a Dak Prescott bulldog.
He's not a good runner either.
No, but you get down to 3rd and 3, and you got a quarterback that's the size of a stallion. Hey, give that sucker the ball and say, go right there. We got to get that first down. Don't roll to the right.
That guy.
Don't. Yeah,
he's weak, man. He's not a KJ Jefferson. Like, he's not a Cam Newton. He's not a big body. Like, he's just weak. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to crap on DJ Lagway right now.
Dang.
He just ain't got it, dude. Like, I don't know what his problem is.
I did see.
Sure.
Yeah,
I did
see him roll out on a critical down, and had a guy wide open on the sideline and threw it 4 foot in front of him, like uncatchable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A 15-yard pass. I was like, need that,
Kyle, to his point, go ahead, Kyle.
No, I was going to say, I could see him at like Mississippi State running like a Dak Prescott offense.
Hey, we don't need him. We got somebody coming up, my boy.
Yeah. Anyways, what are you saying, Bryce?
Oh, man. But I think I'm having some Wi-Fi.
Hey, we'll run it up. Me and you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Group
we hear you now.
I want to say I want to say this about to Kyle's point. Everybody was complaining about that pass that was not a catch. You can look at views of it. If they had called it a catch on the field, some people said, well, if it was called a catch, they would have kept it a catch. No, it would have been overturned because I seen literal grass, turf, fluff up from the football, like it hit the ground. But if DJ Agway makes the right throw, you don't have to worry about that. Like
it's there. All anticipation.
So Dallas Wilson, Trey Wilson, I mean, they're good. He's got receivers around him. Balt's a stud. He had some good runs against Georgia. He was averaging 4.8 yards a carry. I mean, I don't know.
But in saying that, Florida was still in position to win this game and should have won this game. I don't care. No, there's no way around it. Florida was ahead fourth quarter. Florida had the ball, should have won it, and didn't. They let Georgia come back, who is the most dominant comeback team in the fourth quarter I've ever seen. And they don't give up. That's a well-coached team, but the right person who's going to keep their foot on the gas is going to take Georgia down. I see it coming.
I agree. And I'm worried about the way that I seen Texas play Saturday because I don't think they'll make that mistake again when they get up high, and we're going to cover that game in a second. But the way Texas got up and they kind of idled back down, they won't do that if they get up on Georgia just because they know how they are. And that's going to be an interesting matchup, against Texas and Georgia. So we'll see. But a team that will throttle you and does not stop throttling you until 4 zeros hit the clock is Ole Miss.
Yes, sir. I know you was going to say it.
Beats South Carolina 30-14. Trinidad Chambliss didn't have the greatest game. Didn't have the best game. Don't have to. He's winning, man. He's finding ways to win. But I want to shout out Ole Miss's running back room, specifically Kewan Lacey. 24 carries, 167 yards, 7 yards average for a tutty, longest run at 54 yards. I mean, brother, come on. You literally took them all the way down the field and back up a half of another one. Like, what? Come on. Hey, give him his roses, dude. That is dominant rushing performance on Ole Miss. Lenore Sellers did not look the best, but he also didn't look the worst besides 2 unfortunate interceptions that one of them was wide open to the Ole Miss guy of just a misread. And then the other one was a deflected pass that was kind of juggled that, shouldn't have been. It is what it is.
Well,
Steelers had negative 17 yards.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. I'm ashamed, boys. I'm gonna eat my crow here. I am ashamed that I bought into the preseason hype. I'm going to blame it all on that Netflix show, all about Saturdays or every other Saturday or something like that, every given Saturday. They got me really hyped up on Shane Beamer. I think Shane Beamer's a good guy, but I think what hurt him in this game was the guy that he fired, Mike Shula. They got rid of him this weekend. They should have done it Friday before the game, I can tell you. But terrible play calling. What I seen was the same exact thing. Ole Miss knew it was coming. Third down, shotgun, they're going to go spread or keep one running back in there to block, and they did not block anybody. They were free range, free fire on Lenore Sellers the whole night, and I hate to say it, but that is a waste of a good talent. I think Lenore Sellers is good, could be good, but he doesn't have it around him right now to be good.
He learns how to throw, he'll be a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah. There's potential Lenore Sellers transferring this year. Definitely.
I wouldn't blame him.
Oh, I could see it.
I mean, 230 yards on offense. Yeah, 230 yards on offense, 6 tackles for loss. I mean,
on a defense that really isn't that great. I mean, Kentucky put up, 21 points on them? And that was with your boy, Zach Calzada, Bryce. So, I don't know. I'm with you. I think that Shane Beamer's in for a long rest of the season. He's in fights right now for the bottom of the SEC, and that is not good.
Yeah, I mean, he'd have to win the next 3 to get to a bowl game, and I just don't see that happening. Even the Clemson and South Carolina game will be so meaningless this year that it's like
a good game.
It's like Battle of the Dust. Who cares?
Like, could you imagine like Auburn going 4-8 and Bama going 4-8, and they play in the Iron Bowl? That'd be the most non-watched Iron Bowl of the history of the Iron Bowl.
Yeah, it's like the Battle of the Dollar General Toilet Bowl or something like
that. the barbecue wings at Family Dollar.
Yeah, it's the Mud Bowl, not the Iron Bowl. It's the Mud Bowl. Yeah. I was shocked about Georgia Tech losing, man. Not going to lie. NC State comes in, puts up 48 points on them. 48.
That quarterback is good, dude. That quarterback is legit.
CJ Bailey?
He's been putting up stats all year.
CJ Bailey is sharp. I'm actually very impressed with Louisville and SMU too.
He has 2,400 yards passing.
Yeah.
Let me read these stats out to y'all. 25 for 35, 408 yards, 11.7 on your average throw with 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, but you also rushed for 103 yards, averaging 5.2 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. That's Haynes King.
Give the man the Heisman.
That was Haynes King. That wasn't CJ Bailey. That was Haynes King. Like, bro, what more can you do, man?
Like, what more can you do?
I'm going to point it out. Hayden West called this last week in the comments. He said NC State with the eyeballs and said they got a good chance. And NC State put it on Haynes King for 4 quarters. And Haynes
King
impressive.
Literally did all he could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he gave every ounce that he had in him in that game. So, I mean, he alone put up 511 yards of the off. They only totaled 559. So he was responsible for 511 of it, right? I get that you got to throw it to a receiver. That's your job. But, I mean, you're putting 103 yards on the ground yourself. Like, sorry, Haynes King. Look, Blake Crane made a good point about this on his show. He said, look, people will forget about names like Haynes King. He said 10 years from now, people won't remember Haynes King. But he probably won't ever play it down in the NFL. He'll probably go to a team. He probably won't ever start. He said, but not me. He said, I'll be 10 years from now playing Haynes King highlights to my children. He said,
I will change my next born to Haynes.
he said, I will forever die on the hill that Haynes King was one of the best college quarterbacks. And, I mean.
Dude, 1,000%. Like,
he's great.
It's so hard to make that argument against him. How do you make the argument against him? You can't.
It would be
100 yards of offense by yourself.
Yeah. It would be an injustice, though, to not look at the running back for NC State. His name is Jaden Scott. Jaden Scott, he had 24 rushes for 196 yards, average 8.2 yards a carry. That's a dog. He had a day. He had a day.
Look for CJ Bailey and Jaden Scott to transfer.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing it all year.
Yeah.
And NC State's a pipeline for transfer portal players too. I mean, Kevin Concepcion, you know, I expect CJ Bailey to get out there too, man. Like I said, but they got that win.
We got somebody from NC State.
Y'all did. The name went blank. I was just thinking about that.
No, he came from Wake Forest. Not Johnson. Number 7. He got the pick 6 against South Carolina. Gosh, what's his name?
Hey, do y'all think Paul Feinbaum's finally happy that Arch Manning had a good game?
Yeah, dude. Him and Steve Lasson. Steve Lasson, assassin. Dude, they have hyped up Arch. And I'm going to tell you, 4th quarter in Starkville, Texas figured out how to play football. Once Mississippi State rolled Arch up and concussed him for a day or two, the dude woke up and said, I know how to play football now.
Texas.
That was the worst thing that happened in the college world.
Texas holds strong and takes down Vanderbilt 34-31. That's 2 years back-to-back that the Longhorns have survived the Commodores by a field goal. Texas comes out strong in this game. First play of the game, Ryan Wingo, 75 yards to the house. Arch comes out looking like an absolute transformer.
Does Wingo have a broken hand before you move on?
I don't know. I didn't see that.
Okay, he was on the sideline for a little while. But anyways, carry on.
Yeah, Arch Manning, 25 for 33, 328 yards, averaging 9.9 yards an attempt, 3 tutties, 0 interceptions, finishing the day with a QBR of 93.1. And, hey, shout out Arch. I'm proud of you, son. You finally broke through and had that game that everybody was, always thought that you could have, and you just haven't met the expectations this year, but you found a way to push through and win this game. And let's not take it lightly, though. Diego Pavia, 27 for 38, 365 yards, 9.6 yards on the average, 3 tutties, 0 interceptions. Kyle, this was 2 elite quarterbacks going at it.
Yep. The problem is you have one team that starts slow and gets their teeth knocked out. Now they're down 14-0 or 10-0, whatever it was. And then they decide to play ball in the second half. Kind of resembles a game that upset everybody last year, the Bama Vanderbilt game. Diego Pavia.
Didn't upset me. That game did not upset me at all.
Yeah. Diego Pavia gains more and more respect for me every week. I saw this guy on Facebook. He said, Diego Pavia is the most arrogant, annoying person in college football, and he really pisses me off. But you have to talk about how elite he was against Texas. And when you really break it down, dude, they come back and almost win because of him.
Absolutely. Dude, that was a ball.
1,000% because of him.
Yeah. Great throws, great passing presence. I mean, pocket presence.
Dude, Eli Stowers was a quarterback coming out of high school, and now he's a leading receiver in college football. He's actually a tight end. He had 146 yards and 2 tutties.
Eli Stowers, the NFL player.
Dude, I heard a very good.
Yes.
I heard a very good comment on that today. If you look at Texas and Vanderbilt roster to roster, and they made a good point. There's nobody on Vanderbilt's team that Texas would take. Like, say, I wish we had that guy over this guy. But one guy, Stowers.
Eli Stowers. Eli Stowers can go to any college team in the nation and be the same person he is right now.
Yeah.
If not better.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
Yeah, his stats don't show it, but that they have Texas has a freshman named Parker Livingstone that is tight end, and he's a beast. He's pretty good too. But yeah, you would definitely take Eli Stowers over Parker Livingstone. No shot at Parker Livingstone. He's just freshman. He's young, but he makes good plays. But Stowers is that dude, man.
Hey, right here, I got one for y'all. Bold take from old Cam Boney here. Bold take.
Let me write this down.
Write this down. Next week, Auburn is going to Nashville. The following week. No, I'm sorry. Auburn's going to Nashville. Yeah, this week. No bye week. Next week is the bye week. Then they go to Kentucky. Kentucky comes to Nashville. Then the following week is the showdown. Vanderbilt versus Tennessee for, I think, to lock in a top 12 college playoff to win out right here. Ooh. Locking it in. Vanderbilt's going to finish
10
or 11-2. Ain't that 11? Ain't there 12 or 13 games?
12 games regular season.
Okay, 10-2. Yeah, 10-2. 10-2. Vanderbilt's going to win out right here.
That would be something.
I like that. I think we actually talked about that towards the beginning of the year. Like after Vanderbilt started really playing good, we were like, that Tennessee game is going to mean something to this Vandy team. I remember us talking about that.
I crapped on Vanderbilt for a long time this season. I will say.
Yeah, you did. Do better.
Look.
And y'all will find out. Y'all will find out if I'm going to take Vanderbilt this Saturday or not. We'll see.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt's is number 15, and Texas is 13. There's room for them to get in. They can get in.
The way the ACC's going this year, are 2-loss SEC teams getting left out. I'm sorry, somebody's getting left out.
I saw that on on Joe Klatt and Josh Payton and
what's the chances?
And Brandon Walker even said it too.
What's the chances of that? What's the chance? What is Georgia Tech 1-loss team?
Yep, Louisville's 1 loss. Yep. Georgia Tech's 1 loss.
Miami's 2 loss. I'm gonna tell you another bold take. Miami will not make top 12 playoff.
There's one ACC team in the top 12 right now. One ACC in the top 12, and it's Virginia.
I don't think they're that great. I do not think Virginia can play with.
They barely got by Cal.
Yeah.
Like the only reason they won was a pick 6.
Yeah.
Literally with like 17 seconds left. I'm sorry. The only reason they didn't go to overtime.
So you'll have your ACC conference winner, whoever that is, and then you'll have your second best ACC team that will get in. And then I'm afraid that the way it's going right now, with how close their records are, they'll squeeze a third ACC team in there, and it's going to kind of can one of these others.
So who? I don't think so.
Right now,
because Louisville's 14, Georgia Tech's 16, Miami's 18, Virginia's 12.
Okay,
I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think SMU's that good. They're 6-3. No. They're not going to be in the top 12
unless they win ACC.
Miami. There's not the way it's shaping up. There's not a 3-loss team going to make the playoffs this year, as of right now.
I don't think so either.
No, I don't think so.
There's going to be more 10-2 SEC than there will.
I think you're lining up for Georgia Tech, Louisville ACC championship, which will be a showdown, by the way.
If that's the case, both of them. All right. So if that's the case, more than likely, both of them makes it. They're both sitting at 1 loss right now.
I cut out.
There you go. There's your two ACC in there.
Well, Virginia's ACC, and they're 8.
Virginia won't win out. Virginia's not going to win out though.
Who they have left?
They have
Wake Forest, Duke, and
Virginia Tech.
Wins. Maybe not Duke. Maybe not Duke.
Dude, Robbie Ashford took – who was that down to the wire?
I've watched Robbie Ashford play for 2 years. He's going to have a game like that every year.
Louisville's got Clemson, SMU, and Kentucky. And they're going to Clemson, going to SMU. No, SMU's coming to them. And then they're going to Kentucky.
I don't know if you remember this, but Wake Forest they went for 2 points to tie the ball game against Georgia Tech instead of kicking the field goal and tying the game, and they didn't get it. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Then Virginia Tech, they won 30-23 against Virginia Tech. They beat SMU last week 30-12. Wake Forest did, or a few weeks ago. So I think they got a shot to disrupt Virginia myself. That's just my opinion.
If the cards fall right, I mean, y'all can disagree. That's fine. I mean, we'll see what happens when the rankings come out. But there's probably a pretty good chance that 3 ACC teams make the playoffs this year, because it's the way the remainder of the schedules are lining up. Because Pitt's got a chance to knock out one of these other front runners and boost up of Virginia or Georgia Tech or Louisville. Well, we're making the case for all 3 of them right now. And you also have to look at it from, the whole start of this come from us saying that we think that an SEC team's going to get left out of the playoffs. There's also a reality of it that more than one Big 12 team will be in there. I mean, BYU's 8-0 right now. If they win this weekend, they're 9-0.
Yeah, Utah.
You got to put them in there. You got Texas Tech with 1 loss. All right. So hypothetically, if BYU and Texas Tech meet up in the Big 12 championship. Texas Tech wins that game, clinching their spot. Well, there you are with BYU, who would be 12-1 or 11-2 at this point. There's a strong chance that they're in there, and then you're looking at, with Notre Dame being independent, so that's taking a spot away from the SEC. So hypothetically, that's 6 spots right there. And we haven't even included the Big Ten or the SEC yet, or 5 spots. And we haven't even included Big SEC or Big Ten yet. So it's interesting to me. This is interesting. I'm really, really curious to see how the bottom end of the 12 teams are going to play out, because I think your front end is going to be loaded with Big Ten and SEC. It's kind of shaking up down there where it's going to be a little bit iffy for a Vanderbilt or, Oklahoma or if, I don't think Ole Miss is going to lose another game. I think they've pretty much sealed their deal in it.
If the top 4 SEC teams win out, you'll have an undefeated Texas A&M. You have a 1-loss Bama, 1-loss Georgia, 1-loss Ole Miss, and then you got Texas sitting at 5 in the SEC with 2 losses if they win out.
It can't work like that because Georgia and Texas play each other.
Yeah,
that's right. Because that's right. So let's say Texas beats Georgia. Now you have, again, undefeated A&M, 1-loss Bama, 1-loss Ole Miss, 2-loss Georgia, 2-loss Texas with losses to ranked opponents. That's 5
but Texas was getting before Georgia would because they beat them.
Correct. But you're not going to keep Georgia out with 2 losses to Bama and Texas.
They did last year against Ole Miss. Remember they were 13.
Not in the 12 team though.
No, Georgia. Ole Miss went 9-3 last year.
That's right.
Yeah, Ole Miss was 9-3 because Bama was 9-3, South Carolina was 9-3. I think you'll have at least Oklahoma, 4 SECs.
So, assuming the Alabama beats Oklahoma, they're put out, right? 9-3. I mean, it's not a year for a 9-3 team to be in there.
Okay, so let's say this hypothetical situation: Texas beats Georgia, OU beats Alabama. Texas A&M's undefeated, Bama's 10-2, Georgia's 10-2, Ole Miss is 11-1. Texas is 10-2, Bama's 10-2.
It won't work out like that either because A&M plays Texas.
Yeah.
So
So that would be the one where Texas would be out.
Yeah.
Dude, it could get crazy. It could get real crazy.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm worried that SEC teams might get shafted this year in the playoffs.
Oh my gosh. I do not see a 2-loss ACC getting over a 2-loss SEC.
So let me tell you what
who would be your 2-loss though? Because Oklahoma's potentially going to get put out by Bama. No, talking about our SEC. Who are we talking about would be the 2-loss SEC team? Because if you're talking about Texas, no way they're getting put in over Texas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's say it's Texas. Let's say all the teams went out except for A&M. A&M's 1 loss, Bama's 1 loss, Georgia's 1 loss, Ole Miss is 1 loss. Then you get a 2-loss Texas that beat a 1-loss A&M. No, that can't work because Texas and Georgia play.
Yeah,
I think Texas has got a gauntlet.
And you've got an SEC championship, so either A&M's going to run the table, and if they do, that means either Alabama and Georgia's going to have 2 losses. One of them 2 right there is going to have 2 losses. So,
but if they lock in, then they win out in the playoff. If A&M goes to the SEC championship, say against Bama, and they're undefeated, and Bama beats them, and that was their only loss, they're still in.
And if Bama loses that in SEC, they're still in.
Yeah.
Remember, your conference titles can't be a determining factor for you to not be in.
But I think that it would get to the point of them saying, are we going to put a 10-2 Bama in, or are we going to put a 10-2 Vanderbilt in? And you're going to put a 10-2 Bama in.
Well, they beat Vandy.
They won the head-to-head. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So
you can put a 2-loss. You can put a 2-loss Georgia Tech in over a 2-loss Bama.
Well, let me tell you.
If Tech wins if they win the ACC, then they're in.
No. If they don't win the ACC, but they go to the ACC, Bama goes to the SEC, and they both lose. They're both 10-2. That's where it gets tough.
That would put Tech losing to Georgia.
Let me just say this.
It gets tough, dude.
It's gonna be crazy. That's what I'm saying, man.
You think this is tough right now?
The college football world's doing this right now.
Next year with 9 SEC games, it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. Yep.
Because strength of schedule matters, right? And I think that would hurt Georgia Tech when it comes down to deciding between Georgia Tech or, even Vandy. Like, that would hurt.
I agree 100%.
Your strength of schedule is going to play just as big a factor for teams that don't make their title games and are 2 losses versus another 2-loss team. Your strength of schedule is going to be the one, right? If we got 5 categories and one team's winning 2, the other one's winning 2, and that 5th category is strength of schedule, whoever has the stronger schedule is going to get that win.
Get that, real quick.
That bid. Yeah, we're getting down a rabbit hole.
And we'll talk about that on Thursday's show because we will be getting the first college preview rankings. By the time y'all listen to the show, it would be tonight. So tonight, the college football first rankings will come out of the season, and we can have a better judgment off of this for Thursday's live show. Make sure y'all tune in and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that out. Hugh Freeze fired from Auburn, 6-16 overall SEC record, 2-10 in conference
for Jordan Hare.
DJ Durkin has been promoted to interim head coach. He made a very, very well-known bolded text statement today in his press conference that Derek Nix was the sole play caller of the offense. And I felt like that was a little bit of shade. I feel like he threw a little bit of shade at Freeze about that. And they asked Durkin, what are you going to do to improve the offense for the last 3 weeks of the season? Who are you going to put in to improve it? He said it's not about what we do schematically. It's about who we're letting do it, which was another shot at Freeze. Right? So Durkin come out swinging, man. And John Cohen, Cameron, dropped the biggest hammer out of everybody today in that press conference.
I heard it. I listened to it.
Unwillingly, unprovoked, Kyle, he says, we're tired of hearing about how close we are. It's time to finish it. Auburn deserves better. It's time to get Auburn back on the right track. We do not care about being close anymore. Was that not a shot right at old Freezy boy?
It's a shot.
Yeah, he said, I'm tired of hearing about being close because at the end of the day, it's not getting the job done.
I'll tell you what Freeze is close to. He's close to knocking a few strokes off his golf game.
Oh, you believe that?
Hey,
just a few, maybe 1 or 2.
That. And players have come out vocally about it. Seems like everybody's on board with Durkin. They're liking it for the roster. Retention. You're going to have players leave. All right? It just is what it is.
That's natural.
Players are going to go with any time a coach retires, or a coach gets fired, a coach takes a promotion. It happens. Players are going to leave. So I'm fine with it. I will ask y'all your opinion now on who do you think is going to be Auburn's short list candidate for head coaches. I'll let y'all narrow it down to 3 names, and y'all can tell me who y'all think Auburn will end up going with.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be Lane Kiffin. That's right off the list.
It's out. If you're an Auburn fan watching this show, delete that thought out of your head. It's not happening.
And I'll tell you another one, and this one really messed me up. But SMU just gave an extension to Rhett Lashley. He's not going anywhere. I just paid him a lump sum.
Does it matter?
Look, here's the deal. SEC means more. Ain't that the slogan, yes. The motto? SEC, it just means more. Here's the problem. You get into situations like LSU. Right now, LSU's job in my books is falling hard because nobody wants to go into a cluster, for lack of better terms, a cluster, and you're not going to have a lot of control. You're going to have people breathing down your back. Heck, you're going to have the governor of Louisiana asking you if you need anything, what's going on at practice. So if you tell somebody that you can get paid $2 million or less a year, but have the control of the offense, not have people breathing down your back, whatever, hey, they're going to do that. So that's the problem with the SEC is that people in the SEC don't lose. I mean, they might have a couple down years, but then they're going to be back on the mend. And if you're not going that direction, and especially it's been as long as it has for Auburn, which in my lifetime it's never been this bad. So I think they're fixing to put their foot on people's neck. They're going to get that program turned around. They're going to find somebody to do it. But whoever does it is going to have to be a little bit submissive. They're going to have to be somebody that shakes hands with big dogs. They're going to have to have the morning coffee chats, with people they probably don't want to. But
I want to touch on that real quick too, because I want y'all to go back and watch Cohen's full press conference today. If y'all get a few minutes to I want y'all to hear what he had to say. Somebody point blank asked him out there, said, with the powers that be and the boosters, how are you going to approach this job search? Cohen said, and Kyle's going to love this. Cohen said, make no mistake about it. He said, it's ultimately my decision. I make that call. He said, I don't know how they handled it here back in the past. I don't care. He said, it's never happened. It's never occurred once to me since I've been here. He said that was a rumor started from the team up north in the state. So that
he's talking about Tuscaloosa.
That the board members and like the boosters run the shots at Auburn. Apparently, there's some history there, like deep ties with that going on during the Tuberville hire and stuff like that. It was pretty neat. All right, so I think my short list candidate, and did you give yours, Cameron?
No, I was going to say the only one that I really makes sense to me is, of course, we've talked about it 100 times, but it's Tulane. We've said his name 1,000 times.
What's his name?
Yeah, John Summerall. All right, him. I'm going to tell you something. This name right here is going to shock you, but I think someone like Brom from Louisville, however you say it, I think somebody like that, they're looking for a Brom or a Eli Drinkowitz, who's got a proven SEC program.
Yeah, I think that Brom's actually showing he's not coming out and saying it. I mean, his team's 14th ranked in the nation right now, but a lot of smoke around Brom possibly to Florida, which I don't hate that. I don't hate that for the Gators.
I've seen Alex Golesh too.
So I was about to say that Dillingham and John Summerall both have plus $300 to be the next head coach. Alex Golesh has plus 375. He's third best candidate right now, or best odds.
You do not.
Alex Golesh would be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be a great hire.
I'll tell y'all what.
He's such a good coach.
And I told y'all today that I'm almost on board with. We're going to see how the next 3 weeks play out, but I'm almost on board with promoting Durkin and using that money to go get the best offensive coordinator you can in college football right now.
That's solid.
He's at Alabama.
If it works out like that, because you can make a strong argument that Summerall and Durkin are a lot alike in the way they act, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves. Now, Summerall has a better head coaching record than Durkin does in the past. Durkin had a pretty rough go at Maryland with the player dying out there and stuff. It was a pretty big ordeal. Ultimately led to him being dismissed from the Maryland head coaching position. My short list, and this is my short list solely off of if we're not going to promote DJ Durkin, because I'm almost sold on being promote DJ. But what I'm hearing and what I've gathered is that you're looking at 3 names right now: John Summerall, James Franklin, and Kenny Dillingham. That's the 3 names I'm hearing that's circulating a lot right now.
James Franklin. Like James Franklin would be good.
I'm hearing his name pop up a lot.
Look, Dillingham's not leaving Arizona State. That's his alma mater. He wanted that job when he got it. He's made it a successful program. He's got all the money he needs there. He's not going anywhere.
I would say that there's a lot of people out there that disagree with that.
There might be, but that'd be the same thing as getting Georgia Tech coach. Trying to get his alma mater. Be a Brent Key. But I'm gonna tell you, people don't want to hear this, but an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, with all the jobs that are opening and people who are proving themselves in these big schools, big programs, they're going to get a shot sooner or later. People don't want to hear it, but Ryan Grubb.
Stop it.
He would be. He'd be great. Look at Pete Gold.
Don't put that evil.
You don't think Pete Gold. I'm not saying go to Auburn right off the bat. I'm saying
I know.
These
Ryan Grubb will get the shot.
Yeah. I mean,
Ryan Grubb might get a shot at Tulane or something if Sumrall leaves. You know what I mean? Who's to say that wouldn't happen?
What if Virginia Tech comes calling?
Calls who? I could see like somebody like Glenn Schumann taking on a job at.
Okay. What if Brom leaves Louisville, and all of a sudden Pete Golden's available, or Grubb, that would throw off a lot of teams. But at the end of the day, they don't want to be a coordinator forever. They're coaches. They want to coach. If they get an opportunity to better yourself.
Who's to say that somebody else who's to say that somebody else won't try to hire Durkin as a head coach this year from Auburn?
Exactly
what? Louisville, Arkansas, Kentucky jobs opening up, Virginia Tech, Oklahoma State. Like, somebody might pick up Durkin from Auburn. That's a real possibility there. So it's interesting. I love the coaching carousel. I love it. I'm happy that we kind of decided to just go ahead and move on. Now, there were some rumors that broke out yesterday before we get off the show. There were some rumors that went out yesterday that said that nobody really argued with Freeze on paying him out. They was just going to cut him a check for $15 million and be done with it. And then John Cohen come out today and said that was not the case, that the litigating has started, that this will be long and drawn out, and he doesn't expect it to end anytime soon. So it sounds like Auburn's not wanting to pay him. Like, he didn't produce on the field. Seems like there was a production clause in his contract, and it wasn't met. So a lot of stink there. So
yeah,
and I don't know how much I like that for a new coach. Like, how much if I'm a new coach, I don't really want you to be in litigations with the old coach when we're trying to build this program. So.
Well, also it's kind of a trust factor too. Like, are they trying to slide something in on me? But with that being said, we can't leave the show without hitting on these boys right here.
Shout out State.
Taylor is that man.
First SEC win for Jeff Lebby. Them boys was down, and they pulled it out. I didn't think they had it in them. But I'm going to say it. Hail State, baby. We back. We was never there, but we back.
We're back.
Hey, they played good. I'm going to say something, too. Kamario Taylor, y'all better be ready. Because that boy's coming.
Beast, dude. Yeah. He's a beast. If he stays.
He's staying. He's a Louisville native, Mississippi State fan from when he was a kid, and you already see he's getting the reins. So
yeah, I don't know why they don't give it to him.
I just noticed that my name is Hugh Freeze fired yet? Is Hugh fired yet? Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he is. He is. So I can change that.
Get with the program. I don't know what you're doing.
Well, thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting us be 53 minutes in this show and not saying anything about it. So thank y'all. Way to be observant. All right, guys. Well, we'll see y'all on the live show Thursday night, 7:30. We're going to talk about these college football playoff rankings. We're going to talk about some key matchups, and we're going to give predictions again, just like we do every week. Thank y'all for tuning in. Send it to everybody you know. Let's grow the show. We're almost at 200 subs. Come on.
Hey, drop us some questions in the comments for the live show. We'll do a little mailbag.
Absolutely. We'll put out that sounds like a good idea. We'll put out a graphic and we'll put it on we'll make a YouTube post and we'll make a Facebook post from our page. Make sure y'all go like that as well. And we'll do the Common Fan mailbag. That sounds fun. I like that. Good idea, Cameron. You're just full of good ideas. Do better, Kyle.
Jimbo.
I'm just here for the looks.
So, and I want everybody to get on there and comment and tell Kyle and Cameron how good they did on the show Thursday.
Run it with us.
Well. Y'all done really good.
I heard. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe I'll just give this platform to y'all and just go do my own thing. Listen, maybe I'll just find a couple Auburn fans and we'll just start crying every week on our own show.
Yeah, the Common Crycast.
Yeah. Barn tears. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next time. Later.
You've been listening to The Common Fan. See y'all next time. Same tailgate.